There's a new Bloop, and today we find out just how strong it is. Today we make all the Bloops fight to find out who's the strongest. And then we ask the question, what happens if Bloop faces off against a whole army of Boxy Boos? You might find yourself asking the question, what if Bloop was actually real? What sort of madness and terror might he inflict on unsuspecting civilians? Well, I'll do you one better. What if there was such a thing as Bloopzilla? This would be how big he was, and this is what he would do. He'd start by flamethrowering down a couple civilians. Then he'd light Granny's house on fire. He'd help the local baker make some bread. He'd visit the local sporting event and ruin the fun for all the kiddos. This apparently is a Bloop. But this Bloop I'm just gonna dub the Derp Bloop because he's kinda derpy, although he does have quite the different weaponry, so he could turn out to be pretty lethal against some of the other Bloops. Ooh, and he does eat things, which is pretty cool to see, and he also has all kinds of weird tentacle things going on his body. Don't ask me how this happened, but there's a bunch of alphabet lore and some huggy wuggy poppy playtime stuff fighting off against what's known as the mini Bloop. And so we'll see what happens with the mini Bloop, because there's a bigger version of this Bloop that's a little bit more terrifying. What happened to his face? And this might be more effective actually, because all he has to do is skid it along the ground and it can skewer all sorts of things. Actually, nope, it's just derped out. These alphabet lore characters are quite durable. They can withstand some nice attacks from Bloop, although things are starting to get even more weird. I think we should check out the next one. Whew, a whole army of mommy longlegs is pretty terrifying looking, but what's more terrifying than these things? Oh, I don't know. What about Missile Bloop, who's way up high in the air and he's way larger than the other one? I'm pretty sure Mommy Longlegs is going to not be able to withstand the effects of Missile Bloop for very long, and it turns out though that the missiles aren't really launching off nearly as much as I thought they would be. Let's try this again. I made Missile Bloop a little bit more terrifying. Yeah, that's more like it. Now we're talking about missiles. I like it a lot. It turns out though that the mommy longlegs have quite a bit of health and can withstand hundreds of missiles. This is Punk Bloop. Punk Bloop is a little derpy. Punk Bloop is just kind of an ordinary shark. He's just trying to blend in with the other Bloops, I think. Punk Bloop, though, faces off against a whole army of Bobbies and Bobby Riders. I'm not too sure if they're gonna... Oh yeah, and there's also Sir Baconstein back there, which I don't know if you guys remember Sir Baconstein, but here he is. He's got a flaming jet toots coming out of his butt. They are, well, okay, it's working. Punk Bloop is dragging his spikes along the ground, spiking everything in its way, but will melee only be able to deal damage against the other epic Bloops? Let's find out. But here's the thing. There is a Bloop that is so gigantic, it is the boss Bloop, the daddy Bloop, the big old grandpa Bloop, and it's probably gonna win. Maybe. I don't know. Is there anything that can beat this Bloop? Let's find out in our epic battle royale, and then let's watch as the Bloops fight off against the new Boxy Boo. Oh my goodness. Something tells me the other ones are in for quite the battle, and this might be the best Bloop there is, although this Bloop's kind of got like a cool golden look to it, which maybe it's a brand new Bloop. It's a type of Bloop you've never seen before. One thing is absolutely for certain, this Bloop would cause a mass extinction event and destroy everything on the face of the earth if it was floating through the air right today. So what happens if you take all the Bloops in game and make them fight off against one another? Which one is victorious at the end of the battle? And like always, if this one proves to be the absolute best because it's like just overpowered, we will DQ it from the battle while it can retain the overall, best bloop in game title, we'll make these ones fight to prove which one is the best of the basic versions. We've got the Missile Bloop fighting off against the Mini Boop. We've got the Boop. We've got the Punk Bloop fighting off against them as well. Then over here we got Godzilla, Zilla Bloop, Bloopzilla versus this weird Bloop over here. Here comes, oh no, there's the flamethrowers. The big Bloop is here and he means absolute business. Now, this Bloopzilla, he also has flamethrowers. There he goes. Light him up, Bloopzilla. What are you doing? And then over here, did anybody die yet on this side? Doesn't look like anyone is dead yet over here. While it looks like the Missile Bloop definitely has what's going, like the best stuff going on for it. Surprisingly, after like 4 minutes, Bloopzilla is still alive. I thought for sure Bloopzilla would be dead by now, especially when facing this thing, but maybe that proves that Bloopzilla died. Maybe that proves that Bloopzilla technically is the next bet. And these guys are still fighting over here. I wonder if any damage has actually been done. They've got melee, they've got lasers, they've got missiles, they're flying up into the air. No one has taken any damage yet except for the Punk Bloop, so he's gonna die next. Uh-oh, here comes the Boss Bloop. Oh no, you guys, Boss Bloop is coming. He's getting closer. I should have put him as player 1 so I don't have this stupid "you lost" on the screen the whole time. I wish we could get rid of that and like hide the UI essentially. Oh no, he's gonna torch all of them, isn't he? The Punk Bloop is down. Now the Missile Bloop is getting just absolutely demolished, and baby Mini Bloop is got his weird mouth thing freaking out again. These guys actually are lasting a lot longer than I thought they would against this thing. Oh no, there goes the baby Bloop. Mini Bloop is gone. Mini Bloop is, no, there goes the other Bloop. This Bloop definitely proved to be the best Bloop there is. Now the question is, do I have them battle again and take him out? I think maybe we do. Now it's just these guys, and I think probably Bloopzilla is gonna wind up winning this battle. That's my guess at least, but then again, you never know. It could be the Missile Bloop, but I'm thinking Bloopzilla is gonna win. We got a big problem. This battle has been going on and nothing is happening. There's no damage being done even though Bloopzilla has flamethrowers. So I think that means that the other Bloop is the best Bloop, and we can actually see some action from at least one of the Bloops. Now, by themselves against other things, they prove to be pretty formidable foes. And speaking of which, what happens if we take one of the Bloops and fight them off against the Boxy Boos? All these blues and boops and oops are messing with my mind. 7 Boxy Boos facing off against one Bloop. This is Bloop, baby Bloop. Mini Bloop with his little lasers and his teeth. We'll find out if this thing can actually beat these ones. They're all melee based, and so I'm assuming that they're not going to be able to beat Bloop. That Bloop will be able to beat them, but then again, you never know how battles go in this game. Clearly, they're getting lasered. One just died literally from nothing. It didn't even get lasers. He just straight up died. Maybe he got bit by the teeth or something. They're just trying their best to try to hit him, find a weak spot of some kind, but nothing's really happening. Although there is a lot of like weak spots underneath Bloops. I can't. There's too many boos and things. But let's be real. If Bloop came around and fought off against Boxy Boo, the answer to that battle is pretty straightforward, don't you think? Do you think that Boxy Boo would destroy Bloop from internally? Comment below and let me know if you think that would happen. Oh no, there's just parts everywhere. It's pretty much safe to say that they're not doing any damage to him. And he's just straight up, he just broke that one's neck. He just lasered his neck through his body. Oh no, look over here. This one's, oh no, his head's back to normal. I was gonna say, that one's head got lasered through that thing too. They're all just they're getting straight up lasered broken. That is awesome. Oh no, this one's head is turned around backwards and upside down. How did that even happen? It is surprising though to me that they have managed to last this long. Have they done any? They haven't done any damage to him. This one's the one that had his head blown through his body has taken the least amount of damage. Okay, this battle is looking pretty one-sided over here, you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video and if the Bloop that you thought would win, was the one that won. I mean, I I knew from the beginning that that thing was way too powerful. I thought it has those flamethrowers and they're pretty OP. But then let me know what you think about the whole Boxy Boo getting eaten by Bloop. If Boxy Boo could destroy Bloop from the inside, I'm very curious to know your thoughts. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Click one of the 2 videos you're about to see and go watch one of the other Boxy Boo videos to see who was the ultimate and strongest Boxy Boo out of all of them. See you guys next time.